We flew to Siem Reap, the second largest city in Cambodia, which is also known as Temple Town, and we would soon find out why. Our hotel was in a great location, close to lots of restaurants and pub street, but not too noisy. The room was large and spacious and comfortable. It even had a patio with a private outdoor shower, though in reality we didn't end up using this much. There was a very nice pool area, which we did use quite a lot, and a daily breakfast buffet, Asian style for me and Western style for Troy. We checked out a local restaurant our first night there, where I tried the local luklak, and Troy had bangers and mash, so something for everyone. The next morning, the alarm went off very early for our 4:30 a.m. pickup for the Angkor Wat sunrise tour. We soaked in some peaceful moments watching the beautiful sunrise, which we happily shared with a few hundred other sunrise enthusiasts. Apparently, this is a small gathering, though, compared to the equinox, which draws over 30,000 people in a single day. That's the day when the sun comes up right behind the main spire. Built in the early 12th century by King Suryavarman II, Angkor Wat began as a Hindu temple dedicated to Vishnu, later transforming into a Buddhist site, and today it stands as the largest religious monument in the world and a symbol of Cambodia itself. The walls are covered in incredibly detailed carvings stretching for hundreds of meters and depicting battles, mythological scenes, and everyday life from the height of the Khmer Empire. The inner gallery walls were lined with thousands of these graceful Aspara dancers, each with a unique hairstyle, jewelry, and hand gestures. And our guide couldn't resist bringing them to life by demonstrating a few of the hand movements for us. Climbing the steep stairs up into the central sanctuary, we were rewarded with sweeping views over the entire complex, intricate stone architecture all around us, and serene Buddha statues quietly watching over it all. Angkor Wat felt just as magical leaving as it did at sunrise. As we took one last look back from the end of the tree-lined path, the towers rising above the palms like something out of a dream. We had seen these signs warning us to be careful of the monkeys, but to be honest, the monkeys were anything but threatening. Our next stop was for breakfast, where I enjoyed a watermelon shake and some coconut fried pineapple before heading back out to our next stop.
This is where the Tomb Raider was filmed, right here.
This temple was built in the late 12th century by King Jayavarman VII as a Buddhist monastery and university. In addition to being famous for being the site of the Tomb Raider movie, the temple is special because the jungle has become part of the architecture. Massive silk, cotton, and strangler fig trees twist through the stone walls in a way that makes it feel almost unreal. Wandering through Ta Prohm feels like stepping into a place time forgot, with stone corridors crumbling into jungle roots and spilling over doorways, and centuries of nature painting the walls in deep red, lush greens, and rich blacks. There were no shortage of photo spots, but I couldn't resist striking a pose under the iconic tree root right where Angelina Jolie did in the movie. We also stumbled upon another ancient mystery, a carving that looked suspiciously like a stegosaurus. Coincidence? Imagination? Or something more? You decide. As we left the temple, the serene stone faces seemed to watch us go, their solemn expressions a quiet reminder of the centuries of history carved into these walls. Next up was Bayon Temple, built in the late 12th to early 13th century by King Jayavarman VII. It's famous for its massive stone faces, over 200 of them. Bayon was the centerpiece of his capital, Angkor Thom, and blends structural innovation with symbolic storytelling. Our guide took this opportunity to show us the many ways the traditional Khmer scarf, or krama, can be worn by both men and women. Our last stop brought us to the Grand Gate, where massive statues line both sides, one side representing good and the other side evil, standing as silent guardians to the temple complex. That evening in Siem Reap, we found our way to Pub Street. The bright lights, buzzing energy, and a mix of bars and restaurants gave us a little Vegas light vibe in the heart of Cambodia. We spent some time shopping and stumbled on a really unique find. Jewelry made from the same sandstone as the temples themselves. Needless to say, we couldn't resist picking up the bracelet as a little piece of history to take with us. Pub Street is definitely touristy, but we found a gem at Station B where we each enjoyed a sampler of local dishes, including fish amok and mango salad. The next day, we visited Artisans Angkor, a social enterprise dedicated to preserving traditional Cambodian crafts while providing meaningful jobs and training for local artisans. It was fascinating to see such incredible craftsmanship in action. We took a tour through the workshops where skilled artisans were weaving complex fabrics, carving intricate designs in wood and stone, creating delicate lacquer work, and shaping metal into stunning pieces. The level of detail is astounding. Some of the larger or more ornate items can take days, if not months, to complete. Watching the dedication and precision firsthand gave us a whole new appreciation for the artistry behind each piece. The tour was optional and donation-based, but we were so glad we did it as it gave us such an appreciation for the craftsmanship of the artisans. There's also a gift shop that you can visit where you can purchase some of the items you see on the tour. The prices are not cheap, but after seeing all that goes into making these beautiful pieces, the prices are very fair. Later that day, we enjoyed a massage at the spa in Siem. The prices here are incredibly affordable. Like most massages we had in Southeast Asia, it started with a cold cloth and some tea, followed by a soothing foot wash, before we were led to our curtained room and given comfortable clothes to change into for an oil-free massage. Pure relaxation from start to finish. Afterwards, we enjoyed lunch at what became one of our favorite cafes. We quickly noticed in Siem Reap that most prices are listed in US dollars. Yeah. Both US dollars and the local currency riel are widely accepted. We're heading out on a tuk-tuk adventure today.
Gonna hit several temples.
Yep, doing part of the grand circuit. Some of the temples we didn't get to see a few days ago on our tour.
Yeah.
So it's pretty nice right now, kind of breezy. So we'll see how long that lasts.
The tuk-tuk we rented was for the whole day, about 4-hour trip, and it's gonna cost us
Like $12, $13.
yeah, which is 48,000 riel. Let's go.
We ran into a little hiccup with our tuk-tuk driver. After picking us up and hearing all the places we wanted to visit, he insisted that we needed to pay more once we reached the first spot, claiming it was an out-of-town tour. There was a little back and forth on both sides, but we eventually worked it out and continued on our tour. It was just a good reminder to be super clear in negotiations before setting off. Our first stop was Prohm, a 10th century temple built as a Hindu cremation site. Its name, meaning turn the body, reflects its original purpose, and climbing to the top rewards visitors with sweeping views of the surrounding countryside and a sense of the temple's grand scale and layered architecture. Next, we headed to East Mabon, a 10th century temple famous for its 5 towers and intricately carved elephants at the corners, which we absolutely loved. It was originally dedicated to Shiva and showcases the ingenuity and scale of Khmer engineering. Ta Som was next, starting with the serene stone face carvings that seemed to watch over the temple. In this 12th century temple, nature has taken center stage. Trees weave through the stone walls, their roots twisting and spilling over, and centuries of growth have painted the temple in vibrant greens, earthy reds, and deep blacks. Walking along the boardwalk to Nik Pian, we passed patches of dead trees rising from the water, a reminder that the surrounding reservoir was once part of the Khmer's elaborate water management system. The temple itself sits on an artificial island at the center, with a central pool surrounded by 4 smaller ponds, creating a serene, perfectly symmetrical retreat that was designed for spiritual reflection and medicinal purposes. We headed back into town, which was about 25 minutes by tuk-tuk. We grabbed some lunch at our favorite spot, and then retreated to our favorite way to spend the hottest part of the day, relaxing poolside, just soaking up the calm and the cool.
I got us tickets to go to the circus tonight, and when I told Troy, he said,
The circus?
I don't want to go to the circus. But I think he's really going to like it. This is called Phare, Phare, and it's supposed to be pretty amazing, so off we go.
We arrived at Phare, as I learned it is pronounced, early so we could enjoy the pre-show food offerings. It was a nice chance to try a variety of delicious local options.
We got all kinds of delicious food and drinks to try. It looks amazing. I got the ginger honey mojito, so can't wait to try that.
This is a good part of the circus.
After dinner, we caught the pre-show where younger performers hone their skills. Phare was founded to support local youth through arts education, blending theater, music, dance, and acrobatics to tell powerful Cambodian stories. The main event was called White Gold, one of their rotating productions that highlights courage, resilience, and the triumph of the human spirit. It was full of energy, emotion, amazing stunts, and it was visually stunning. We spent some time at the Angkor National Museum, starting in the stunning Thousand Buddhas room. One of the highlights for me was learning about the meanings of the different hand positions on the Buddha. This one example is the hand position for meditation, whereas this one is for dispelling fear. Next, we dove into the history of the Khmer Empire. One of the most fascinating things we learned was the way animism, Hinduism, and Buddhism intertwined throughout Cambodian culture. Ancient beliefs blending seamlessly with later religious traditions in art, architecture, and daily life. One of the highlights included a video and a model of Angkor Wat that really shows the scale of the complex. Museums can sometimes be overwhelming, but this one was very thoughtfully laid out and enjoyable to explore, and blissfully air-conditioned on a hot day. I was also fascinated by this translation of an ancient decree, forbidding the use of chariots, umbrellas, or ornate fans in the city. And watch out, because all people of Earth must follow this decree. The next day, we joined a full-day tour. Transportation, lunch, and entrance fees were included for $48 per person. Our first stop was at the Valley Viewpoint. The overlook was stunning and a perfect picture spot, so of course we couldn't resist joining in for a few shots ourselves. Next, we visited the river of 1,000 lingas. Our guide took the time to draw the lingas in the sand to explain their symbolism, showing how they represent the sacred union of male and female energies in Hindu. The 1,000-year-old sacred riverbed is carved with thousands of these lingas, symbols of the Hindu god Shiva. The riverbed is never dry, so they're uncertain of how the feat was accomplished. Originally part of an elaborate water system, the carvings were meant to bless the waters flowing towards Angkor, blending engineering, spirituality, and art in one remarkable sight. We also saw the beautiful clear water spring that feeds the river. The water is thought to have healing powers, so many visitors, ourselves included, pause to experience a little of the magic. We made a stop to see the reclining Buddha at Wat Phra Ang Thom. It's carved directly from the rock. The massive statue stretches across the hall, exuding a peaceful, meditative energy. It's not only a spiritual icon, but also an impressive feat of craftsmanship and engineering. We had a delicious local lunch before heading off to our final stop at Kulen Waterfall. We descended the steps through lush jungle to reach the cascading waters below. Kulen is considered the birthplace of the Khmer Empire, and the water itself is set along the river of 1,000 lingas.
Are you coming all the way out there? Let's go. The waterfall swim was cool and really cool. Awesome.
After swimming in the chilly waters, we enjoyed warming up on the rocks and enjoying the beautiful scenery. We headed back into town where we found this amazing little burger place right down the street from where we were staying, owned by 2 local women, and enjoyed a fantastic dinner to finish up a fantastic day.